Welcome to Sao Paulo, which has been host to Formula One races since 1973. Sit back and relax for what's going to be a fantastic Brazilian Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7 mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if of course the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Albon, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Vettel, Ricciardo, Norris, Perez and Kevin Magnussen, Stroll, Sainz, Esteban Ocon and Grosjean, Russell, Raikkonen, Daniel Kvyat and Antonio Giovinazzi, Gasly and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So here we go, folks. The 5 legs. Max Verstappen on pole. It's lights out and away we go. Max Verstappen gets out to a great start, as well as Valtteri Bottas and Alexander Albon. Bottas down the inside of Alexander Albon as they head into turn number 1. Also, looks like Hamilton's getting passed by Esteban Ocon. Now it's Daniel Ricciardo. As Charles Leclerc gets ahead of Sebastian Vettel, Bottas is now ahead. Wheel to wheel now between Verstappen. Look at the front though. Bottas and Verstappen getting wheel to wheel as they head into turn 4. Who's going to come out on top? It's Max Verstappen in front. Heading back to the now, Alexander Albon and Valtteri Bottas now wheel to wheel as they head through turn 5. Up the hill they go into turn 6. Alexander Albon holds on to position. No, they're still wheel to wheel as they head up to the turn. Bottas comes out ahead. My goodness, what a great start that was for Max Verstappen as he's leading the race now. There's Sebastian Vettel ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who's on medium tires as they head around the roundabout. See Bottas second, Alexander Albon third, Charles Leclerc fourth, Sebastian Vettel fifth, Hamilton sixth, Daniel Ricciardo seventh. Meanwhile, the 2 AlphaTauris are going wheel to wheel back there. Going back to the front, though, Verstappen leads with Bottas in second as they come around the last corner down the straightaway to complete the first lap of the Brazilian Grand Prix. My goodness, looks like Hamilton's trying to fancy move around Sebastian Vettel. Here we go. Around the outside goes Lewis Hamilton on Sebastian Vettel as they head into turn number 1. He's going to go around the outside, then down the inside of turn 2, and around turn 3 will go around the outside. Will he stick there? Yes, he will. He'll complete the move. No, they're still wheel to wheel, and Hamilton completes it. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo though on Sebastian Vettel. They're almost 3 wide there. Daniel Ricciardo around the outside. No, he does not fancy the move around Sebastian Vettel. So far, Max Verstappen in the lead. Bottas in second, Albon third, Leclerc fourth, Hamilton fifth, Vettel sixth, Ricciardo seventh, and Perez in eighth. The 9th and 10th are the 2 McLarens. Charles Leclerc behind Alexander Albon. What a start for everyone though. Daniel Ricciardo looks like he's trying to make a move on Sebastian Vettel as they head around the curbs. Lewis Hamilton trying to find a move against Charles Leclerc as they come up to lap number 3 now. Most likely, so now DRS will be activated this lap. So there you go, DRS now available for this lap. Daniel Ricciardo looking like he's trying to make a move on Sebastian Vettel. He's very close to him, so he might get him on the backstretch here, which never was used. Was actually built for its reaching, but also this actually was originally a hairpin turn before it was changed to an actual turn like this. So in the lead now, Verstappen Bottas second, Alexander Albon third, as you can see on screen. Fourth place is Charles Leclerc. Fifth place is Hamilton, with Vettel and Ricciardo 6 and 7, and Sergio Perez in 8th, with the 2 McLarens behind of Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris. So that's your top 10, which we only show the top 8. I don't know why we do, but who knows. So Charles Leclerc looking like Hamilton actually might get Charles Leclerc here. He's very close to Charles Leclerc. He's going to get the DRS zone. He's going to get the DRS as well as Charles Leclerc, but Hamilton's more closer. He's got more downforce than Charles Leclerc. Here he goes. And where's he going to go? He's going to go around the outside of Charles Leclerc. Into turn 1 as well. So Ricciardo trying to go by Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton around the outside. No, he does not stick the move. Ricciardo does get by Sebastian Vettel though. Hamilton down the inside of Charles Leclerc. Around the outside now. Hamilton's going to stick there. They're going to wheel to wheel. Hamilton has the more downforce. And he gets ahead of Charles Leclerc for 4th place. Oh, lock up for Lewis Hamilton up ahead. That's Lando Norris actually ahead of Carlos Sainz. So, great battling from everyone there. Sebastian Vettel loses another place down to 7th after starting 5th. And Charles Leclerc lost the position, so now Alexander Albon is Hamilton's next target here on lap 4 of 36. So there's the McLarens. As you can see, there's Sebastian Vettel getting pressured now by Sergio Perez. Lando Norris is still ahead of Carlos Sainz, which they might battle down the straightaway. But right now it looks like it's going to be Sergio Perez who's going to get by Sebastian Vettel, as Perez is going to have DRS. Meanwhile, in the front though, Lewis Hamilton looking like he's going to get by Alexander Albon. Where is he going to go? Inside or outside? He's going to dive down the inside of... He's going to dive the inside of Alexander Albon. He's going to go by him. No, into turn 2 now. Hamilton goes around the outside and he takes the spot away. And Perez does get by Sebastian Vettel for 7th place. But now Hamilton's up to 3rd. Meanwhile, though, Charles Leclerc around the outside of Alexander Albon. Wheel to wheels ahead in turn 4. No, Charles Leclerc does not pass Alexander Albon. Meanwhile, though, Verstappen has now built a big gap for the lead. But now Charles Leclerc drops to 5th. Alexander Albon has jumped to 4th. So far, we've had some overtaking. So, mostly it's going to be a tire strategy. We're actually getting reports of a rain coming soon. So that might affect the strategy for some drivers. Some drivers might go hards and go mediums. Like, you could say, oh, we might go hards so that we can actually get to the end without making a pit stop for intermediates if the rain doesn't come. Or you can go on mediums and say, oh yeah, the rain's coming, so we should put on the tires. So basically, it's a big strategy call here as Charles Leclerc is going to try to make a move here. Alexander Albon, no, he does not chance. Meanwhile, the McLarens are fighting behind. Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris going wheel to wheel. The camera's not cutting to it, but I believe that Carlos Sainz just passed. Yes, he did. Sainz just passed Lando Norris for 9th place. So there's Lewis Hamilton trying to chase down his teammate Valtteri Bottas, who's on soft tires. There's more wheel to wheel action behind, as we don't cut to that. There's Daniel Ricciardo in 6th place. Actually, there's Charles Leclerc and Alexander Albon, both of them trying to keep it close to each other, but right now Leclerc can't even get by Alexander Albon. Leclerc's teammate Sebastian Vettel down in 8th place has lost about 3 positions, starting 4 positions actually, starting from P5. Actually, yeah, he lost 3 positions. I was right the first time. So Alexander Albon leads in 4th place. Boy, Leclerc behind, Ricciardo, Perez, and Vettel. Looks like there's a train forming there. But right now, Max Verstappen is leading here on lap 6. And it looks like Charles Leclerc going to try to make another move. He's got the DRS on. He's going to go around the outside of Alexander Albon into turn number 1. Who's going to come out in front? Charles Leclerc trying to come down the inside. They're going to go well to wheel to turn 2 and to turn 3. Alexander Albon down the inside. He's going to try to hold on the position. Yes, he does. Perfectly puts his car there. Charles Leclerc coming back though on the outside lane going to turn number 4. He's ahead. No, he locks on the brake. He locks up his brakes and he loses the position back. Now Daniel Ricciardo's on his tail. Now it's the train forming behind. My goodness, even Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Vettel are going to be fighting for the spot. That was insane. But no changes made as Charles Leclerc locked him on his brakes and he just missed out the position for P4. So like I said, Verstappen's still leading the race. There's Sebastian Vettel ahead of Carlos Sainz, who's right now pressuring him. Seems to be faster than Lando Norris, so that's why they traded positions. So I'm wondering if Lando Norris actually has a little bit of a slow pace here, or his car may have an issue. But meanwhile, though, here comes Carlos Sainz. He's going to activate the DRS as soon as they get to the front stretch. And Carlos Sainz has DRS activated on Sebastian Vettel. Where is he going to go? He's going to go around the outside into turn number 1. Here comes Carlos Sainz around the outside. Will he complete the do? No, there's still one to will. Through turn 2, Lando Norris behind though. Carlos Sainz around the outside of turn 3. Sebastian Vettel. Who's going to have DRS? Sebastian Vettel has DRS. But there's still one to will. Carlos Sainz is going to have more advantage as they come to turn 4. Around the outside goes Carlos Sainz. No, Sebastian Vettel holds on the position. My goodness. What a battle between Sainz and Vettel. A battle for P8. But that was such an amazing battle. They went through 1, 2, 3, and 4 all wheel to wheel. But Sebastian Vettel holds off Carlos Sainz. There's Valtteri Bottas, second place, as he's trying to catch up to Max Verstappen, who has been leading every single lap so far. So, and there we go. Sainz is once again, he's on the right pace. He has enough distance to try to get Sebastian Vettel. Here he goes once again with DRS. On Sebastian Vettel, where's he going to go? Inside or outside? He's going to go take the outside lane once again. Around the outside goes Carlos Sainz through turn 1. There's still will to will. Through turn 2, Sebastian Vettel trying to hold on the position. Through turn 3, around the outer roundabout. Sainz is going to have the DRS going down to turn 4. Here comes Carlos Sainz. Once again, he's going to go down the inside. Down the inside goes Carlos Sainz, and he takes the place away from Sebastian Vettel. What great moves by those two drivers. So Sainz takes P8. Meanwhile, though, no one has gained anything from 7th on up. So Verstappen holds on to the lead. But that was some great racing between Sebastian Vettel and Carlos Sainz. The Spaniard and the German doing really, really good against each other with Sebastian Vettel's defense, but it was not enough to keep Carlos Sainz behind. Now Lando Norris is going to try to catch up to Sebastian Vettel. There's that train like I talked about, Albon, Leclerc, Ricciardo, and Perez, all in one train from 4th on to 7th. So it seems like they just want to keep each other company. So no one's taking it behind. Lando Norris, nope, he's not close enough to get Sebastian Vettel, but he might catch him though. That's the thing. He could catch him. And Charles Leclerc does not make a move on Alexander Albon here on lap 10. So we're 4 laps away from the pit window being open. And it seems like the drivers who are on soft tires are going to most likely be the ones who are going to be pitting for a tire. But like I said, it's either going to be the soft or hard tire. So we'll see what happens. So there's Max Verstappen, your leader. There's Valtteri Bottas in 2nd, Hamilton 3rd, Albon 4th, Leclerc 5th, Ricciardo 6th, Perez 7th, and Sainz in 8th. Here comes Lando Norris and Lance Stroll. Is there going to be battling happening here? Yes, there is. Down the inside goes Lando Norris. Sebastian Vettel through turn 1. Now going to run the outside for turn 2. Lando Norris down the inside for turn 3. And will take the spot away. But here comes Sebastian Vettel though with DRS. Here comes Lance Stroll. Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy moving by Lando Norris, but not down the inside goes Lance Stroll on Sebastian Vettel, and Vettel loses 2 more spots. And is now out of the points. My goodness, what racing have we seen today? But so far, no lead changes here. So no battle for the lead yet. Except for Bottas and Verstappen on the first lap. Other than that though, there has not been a single fight for the lead. Looks like Carlos Sainz is going to catch up to the pack. Or he's trying to catch up to the pack. As we enter lap 12 now. So we're 1/3 of the way done from this race. So we still got a lot of time to go here. This is the backfield here. There's a huge train. Started with Roman Grosjean and the Haas. So meanwhile, there's Carlos Sainz in 8th place. And there is 4th place on back. So not really that much happening here in the mid pack. Actually, nor the front pack too. Verstappen, Bottas, and Hamilton. So we're 2 laps away from the pit window now. Once again, the rain is coming, even though it looks like it's dead clear, but you can see some clouds forming now. That might turn into rain, but we don't know yet. But we just have some weather reports going that rain is expected around probably lap 20 or 21. But we don't know that for sure. So Charles Leclerc trying to use the DRS advantage, but does not happen. Here comes Lance Stroll, though, down the inside of Lando Norris. But won't make a move happening. But meanwhile, Esteban Ocon makes another move on Sebastian Vettel, and that's another place loss for Sebastian Vettel. Once again, I remind you, he started P5. He's down to P12 now. So he's lost 7 positions since the start of this race. Lewis Hamilton catching up to his teammate Valtteri Bottas. Gets me kind of worried as we're entering lap 13 now. Or 14. The pit window is now open. So this pit strategy is going to be quite interesting because you don't know who is going to be taking what tire. So no action behind though. Here comes Lance Stroll though on Lando Norris. Probably. Will it happen? No, it will not happen. Lance Stroll does not try with Lando Norris. Meanwhile, I would like to say this real quick. F1 2021 coming out soon, so we're going to be continuing the series there, but Alexander Albon will no longer be part of the series. But Albon will be remembered in this series, so we don't know what we're going to be doing. Either we're going to be staying on F1 2020 and continuing the series, or heading over to 2021 and just keep the point standings and all that. Racing Point will become Aston Martin. Renault becomes Alpine. So we don't know for sure what we're going to be doing. So, but we have until July. So Max Verstappen comes to the Max Verstappen pits, as well as Valtteri Bottas. So Lewis Hamilton will take the lead away. Verstappen puts on medium tires. Bottas puts on hards. So Hamilton moves up to the lead. Alexander Albon to second. Leclerc third. Perez because fourth because he did not pit yet. So Verstappen in fifth. Bottas in sixth. So alright, pit stops from all around as Verstappen comes up behind Sergio Perez. Norris just jumped Bottas as well. Stroll! Oh no, this is horrible for Valtteri Bottas. Here comes Esteban Ocon, and he takes over the place from Valtteri Bottas. Bottas went from 2nd to 9th on the pit stop. That is a horrible pit stop for the Mercedes team. So now he's 4 places behind Max Verstappen, who's comfortably probably in his place behind Sergio Perez. As you can see, there is Perez. But we don't know who. There's Charles Leclerc and there's Alexander Albon. I believe Lewis Hamilton's going to be pitting soon. So, yes, Hamilton comes in. As well as Albon and as well as Leclerc. So everyone pits now. So Hamilton's in. Albon and Leclerc are in. Oh no, wait, Hamilton did not pit. My bad. Norris jumps to 4th. Stroll jumps to the 5th. Bottas is up to 6th. And Albon and Leclerc jump to 7th and 8th. There's Esteban Ocon who comes in the pits and changes up to hard tires for the stop. Looking like he's trying to not think there's a rain coming. So this is really quite interesting of a strategy call too. By this, we have 20 laps to go here for the Grand Prix. So there's Lando Norris ahead of Lance Stroll. That was Perez. What the heck was that? Alright. So that's Charles Leclerc behind Esteban Ocon. There's Verstappen going around the outside of Sergio Perez. But no, Sergio Perez defends perfectly around down the inside. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Verstappen gets the grass a little bit. But who's going to have the DRS, though, is the question. It's going to be Sergio Perez who's going to stay ahead of Max Verstappen. But how long will that last? Hamilton does pit, though, so Perez jumps up first. Max Verstappen, though, around the outside, hit the turn 2, and he will take the lead away. Hamilton's the 3rd, though, as you can see him coming out of the pits. So Verstappen leads. Bottas, everyone jumps down. Norris loses 5 positions. Stroll loses by 5 positions, so now it's Perez in 2nd, Hamilton 3rd, Bottas 4th, Albon 5th, Leclerc 6th, Ricciardo 7th, and Sainz 8th. And there is a graphic there. There you go. Lando Norris and Stroll are both 9th and 10th. Both lost 5 positions on their pit stops, which kind of shows how long the pit road is for here in Brazil, as the pit exit is mainly the main spot you lose time in, because it's such a windy spot. You don't just immediately come back on track. You have to wait till you get to the back stretch in order to get back on track. So right now, Verstappen leads, Perez in 2nd, Hamilton 3rd. Perez still needs to stop, so probably this lap, Sergio Perez will be pitting and will give 2nd place to Hamilton. And we don't know how many spots he's going to lose. But here he comes into the pits, not going over the speed limit, which is good. So here he goes. Let's see how many spots he loses from 2nd. So he jumps to 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. He jumps all the way down to 7th place. And Nicholas Latifi being the slowest Williams up there. So far, this race has been more of a strategy race than a passing race. So there's who was that? It was Perez who came out of the pits. There he is. And that is Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, and Lance Stroll. And there's Esteban Ocon. There's the Alpha Tauris of Kvyat and Gasly. And there's Sebastian Vettel behind the Alpha Tauris. Then there's Kevin Magnussen, Roman Grosjean, George Russell, Kimi Räikkönen, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Nicholas Latifi. Meanwhile, Verstappen heading off the last corner. Complete lap number 18 and start number 19. So we're halfway through the race so far. So it's been an okay race so far. Hamilton is 2nd, Bottas 3rd, Albon 4th, Leclerc 5th, Ricciardo 6th, Perez 7th, Sainz in 8th. Then Lando Norris, then Lance Stroll. So that's your top 10 so far. So, oh, Lando Norris locks him in the tire, so that might hurt his tires a little bit. You see a little bit of pressure from Lance Stroll. There's Kvyat. Get pressure for Pierre Gasly. There's Sebastian Vettel. And there's Grosjean of them. There's the back markers. They're forming a little pack there between George Russell and them. So, not that much. Nicholas Latifi there, the Canadian. He's actually about to be blue flagged by Max Verstappen as we head on to lap 20 now. So the question really being is that, is the weather going to affect the race? It's now more cloudy than I checked last time, so that rain might be coming, so just be on the lookout for that. So, yeah, Verstappen leads. There is Lance Stroll trying to go wheel to wheel with Lando Norris. He's going to go around the outside of Lando Norris and will take the spot away from Lando Norris. That was a pretty easy overtake considering how close he was to Lando during the DRS zone. Let's see what Lando Norris can do. Can he fight back? Or no, he's too far away to fight back. So Lance Stroll takes ninth place away from Lando Norris. Yellow flags. That is for Roman Grosjean. He's parked his car off in turn 1. So probably an engine issue maybe for his car. And the clouds have darkened again. So gets me really worried that there actually might be some rain coming in this Brazilian Grand Prix. We can't cut to him because he's already off the track. So Max Verstappen. But there are some yellow flag indicators. And you might see Roman Grosjean's car. There it is. You barely saw it, but that's Grosjean's car parked off the side. So Grosjean out of this race, being the first one. And hopefully the last. Because we want to see all drivers finish here. As the track is now cleared, Roman Grosjean's car is now gone. And there's now green flags in that sector. So you can overtake again in that sector. There's Sebastian Vettel, who has started. This race has not been the ideal race for him, as he was starting 5th, but now he's back in probably 13th, 14th now. So not the ideal race for him. So it's been probably the worst race for Sebastian Vettel. He has no points so far in the point standings, as he didn't fit it, as he was below the points in Belgium. So Verstappen trying to make redemption here as well, as he had to. I think that's the main goal for Verstappen in this race, is redemption from last race, as he had to basically give up the position just to take fresh tires. And let's go to an instant replay here of Roman Grosjean's engine. So here we go. Grosjean was just leading, and then bam, there goes his engine, just popped up its smokes. So he had to park his car off the side, and he is out of the race. So that's his second retirement this season. I believe that Grosjean did not finish the last race either, so unfortunate stuff for Grosjean so far this season, as this has not been his ideal season. But who knows? We're heading up to lap 23 now, so no ring yet, so that's a shocking surprise. Oh, never mind. As I said, that the track is now wet. DRS is now disabled. As we're going to go to onboard lap here of Alexander Albon. So, as you see, a lot of the rain on the car and on the camera, so could be quite concerning as that rain picks up. We're right now in light rain, so there's not really too much rain to switch to intermediates. So far it's been an alright race. See there, he's just taking the apexes perfectly. And yeah, it's very nice. See, he goes around corners, hitting all the apexes perfectly. There's Valtteri Bottas, by the way, in third place. He's doing all right for Mercedes, but he got jumped by his teammate, Lewis Hamilton. So, not the ideal strategy that he wanted. So, Bottas, seeming like he just wants to just finish in the podium today after taking the second place at Belgium. So, let's just give him the doubt that he can actually finish the race. So, hopefully he does it and give Mercedes another good position. Albon is right now actually in a good position too. So far, really good race. So it's been an alright race. As you can see, there's more drivers just following ahead. There's Lewis Hamilton in second place behind Max Verstappen. Albon is now behind there. So there's Albon. So not really that much going on in this race, as everyone just remains calm and all that. Been alright so far. Oh, wait a minute! Hold on! Bottas is slowing down! Bottas is slowing! Oh my god! Bottas is out of the race! Safety car deployed! Oh my goodness! That is insane! Bottas is out of the race! Here in the Brazilian Grand Prix, the safety car deployed. Everyone coming in to take intermediate tires. They know the track is fully wet now. Enough for intermediate tires. This has been the... Oh my god, this is a turnaround for the race. As you can see, Alexander Albon coming down in the pit road to take intermediate tires. Max Verstappen still at 2.9 for Alexander Albon. Kind of a slow pit stop there. So Max Verstappen trying to just will his way over. Hamilton hasn't even pit yet. Oh, Hamilton has! This is going to be quite interesting, but it looks like Verstappen's going to hold on to his lead. He's got a big enough gap to keep Hamilton behind, hopefully. So let's see what happens here. Hamilton's coming around the corner as Verstappen's heading off to the last corner. There's Nicholas Latifi, who's actually a lap down. So when we get to the safety car, Nicholas Latifi will actually be second in line, but not second in the standings. See, Verstappen losing so much grip there. Quite insane. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Verstappen saves it. We're good. Verstappen saved it. Had to stop his car because he was almost speeding. But he takes intermediate tires on and he goes out. Hopefully. So he comes out. Here comes Hamilton around the last corner. Verstappen heading down. I think, yeah, he's good. So Verstappen's good. He will hold off the lead. Here, lap 26 of 36. We have 10 laps to go, basically. So we're almost done with it. So basically, this has been an interesting race so far. Safety car deployed. So it's gonna be quite interesting. To run our safety car, we're gonna have to wait till. We'll see how long the safety car lasts. So we're gonna wait to see how long this actually does take us. So So we're on lap 26 here. They're in the safety car. We're scoring through everyone. Trying to see where everybody's at. Stroll's now in 8th place. As you see, the cars are still lining up, but seems like the safety car is actually going to wait until everyone actually lines up. So we're going to be here for a while on the safety car. As we're heading off to now lap 27, but the safety car, FIA said they're going to be doing 2 more laps before green. So it's going to be a while until we pit. So there's no commercial breaks in this because we don't do commercials because there's no such thing as advertisements on my channel. Because I don't make any profit. Because I'm broke. So, we're waiting until everyone says this. Verstappen, Latifi, and Hamilton. I feel like Latifi is instantly going to get lapped. Because he's going to be instantly blue flagged because he's a lap car. So everyone's going to lap him. Probably even his own teammate's going to lap him. So, very concerning there for Nicholas Latifi. I don't know why they're not letting him go through and get his lap back, but who knows? So, kind of weird. So, we have 27, so almost everyone lined up. We're still waiting for more drivers. So we're going to have to go another lap on their safety car. That's if everyone lines up in time, which they're not. So we have to wait another lap for everyone just to get up there, so it's quite annoying me now. Come on, I just want to see some racing. So there's Verstappen weaving back and forth. Hamilton 2nd, Allen 3rd, Leclerc 4th, Ricciardo 5th, Perez 6th, Sainz 7th, and Stroll is 8th. So, safety car in this lap finally. So we're going to finally get some racing with probably 8 laps to go. As you can see, every driver lining up now. We're still waiting on the Alpha Tauris and Vettel and the Williams and the Alfa Romeos and the Haas. So, of Kevin Magnussen, that is. So, we have lost 2 drivers in this race. One of them being Bottas, the other one being Romain Grosjean. Both of them having engine issues. Grosjean's engine went up in smokes, and Bottas had a steering issue. So, both of those drivers are out of the race. As the safety car is going to be ending this lap. Max Verstappen is going to have control of this safety car. So the core question is, how far will Verstappen take the grid? Safety car lights go out. We're ready to go green. Let's see how long Verstappen will hold off the pack. As all the pack is now grouped together, waiting for that green. They're waiting for Verstappen to go. I see there's the drivers. All lined up, ready to go. The green flag is waving, but Verstappen has not gone yet. He's taking his time to get to the green flag. And now he goes. And we're back racing. Nicholas Latifi instantly blue flagged. And so he gets out of the way. So good job for Nicholas Latifi for getting out of the way. Verstappen leads as Hamilton behind, Albon 3rd. Leclerc 4th, Ricciardo 5th, Perez 6th, Sainz 7th, and Stroll is 8th. So Hamilton, looking like he's going to have the run. Oh, and here comes Hamilton, down the inside, down to turn 4. It's Hamilton, he takes the lead. They're wheel to wheel, but no, Hamilton's trying to hold off the lead. Verstappen sticking to the outside lane as they head through turn 5. Verstappen takes back the lead. No, he runs wide. He runs wide. Here comes Hamilton back down the inside. And he takes back the lead. Verstappen trying to hold off the outside, not diving down the inside, trying to take the lead back on Hamilton, and he does so with some pride. He goes back down. No, Hamilton takes back the lead. Verstappen goes down the outside and down the inside. Hamilton loses and spun away from Verstappen completely, and Verstappen now has the lead back. My goodness. I don't even know what I was saying during that battle. I was just saying random stuff because this battle has been insane. So now Hamilton is trying to catch Verstappen once again here on lap 30. The rain seems like it's going to start clearing up soon. But right now the track is very wet. Hamilton down the inside of Verstappen. He takes the spot away from Verstappen. They're wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Verstappen goes around the outside. He takes the lead. He takes the lead back. Through turn 4 into turn 5. Hamilton is still there with Verstappen. Hamilton goes around the outside. They're still wheel to wheel. Hamilton takes the spot away. Verstappen fights back and will take the spot back for the lead. Hamilton dies on the inside though, and he takes the spot away. Will Verstappen retaliate around the outside? No, he might dive him down the inside here, and he does so indeed. Here he comes down the inside. Oh, Lewis Hamilton, no, he will not stick down the moon. Maybe around the outside of this corner. Here he goes. Verstappen around the outside. He takes the spot away. They're still wheel to wheel as they head into the last corner. Verstappen, Hamilton takes back the lead. Verstappen behind. He's trying to take him back. They're wheel to wheel as they head up to the third. And to the last corner, they're still wheel to wheel. Hamilton still holds on the lead. They're still wheel to wheel as they head the rundown to turn number 1. Who is going to be leading down to turn number 1? Verstappen on the outside. Hamilton down the inside. Hamilton clears Verstappen for the spot. My goodness, what great racing this is. Now, the run down to turn 4. What's Verstappen going to do? To the rundown, Verstappen on Hamilton's tail. He's going to dive down the inside into turn 4. Hamilton trying to defend around the outside. No, Verstappen takes the spot away. My goodness, what racing this is. Hamilton coming down, back down the inside of turn 5 and turn 6. Will Hamilton? No, he will not secure the spot. Verstappen holds his lead. And for Hamilton trying to sneak his way through. But no. Hamilton holds on to position. Max Verstappen in the lead. What great racing this is for the win. This is definitely going to be for the win. But who knows? The rain is cleared. The ice is now activated. Oh my goodness. So the rain is cleared. That means people are going to be getting another dry tire soon. Oh my goodness. This is going to be probably the most insane ending to the race. Now every driver has to come into the dries or they're never going to get to the finish line on those intermediates. Those intermediates are going to be running out soon. So Verstappen leads. Hamilton is second on lap 32. The question is, who is going to be leading? Uh-oh. Oh, Verstappen runs wide. Verstappen goes on. Hamilton takes back the lead. So now Hamilton leads. Verstappen second. Is Verstappen going to retaliate? Here, is he going to dive down the inside? No, he does. He stays there. No, he does. He does. Oh, he sticks his nose a little bit into the inside, but he's not doing it completely to the point where they're almost making contact. So he's going to wait it out. So Verstappen's second. Hamilton is now in the lead as they head through the third sector to the second sector. I mean, dang it, the second sector. I mean. As the second sector has actually been here since the first race here in Interlagos, so very, very special turns these are for the Brazilian track. So the question is now, who's going to be pitting? Hamilton trying to defend Verstappen. Verstappen trying to find a place to make a move on Lewis Hamilton. But it seems like. So what's the pit strategy going to be? Oh, Verstappen just fakes it down pit road. He fakes it, not going to the pits. As he's going to do the same shot. He's Lewis Hamilton as well. Charles Leclerc, Ricardo Perez, Sainz. I think Stroll stayed out. No, Stroll came in. So who's going to take his place? Ocon and Giovinazzi both stayed out. Carlos Sainz did too. No, he actually pitted. So Ocon and Giovinazzi are now 4th and 5th. Leclerc's in 6th. Perez in 7th. And Carlos Sainz in 8th. Great pit stop for the AlphaTauri team too, as they get their driver out in front of Ricciardo and probably one of the Ferraris. But meanwhile, though, it's Hamilton versus Verstappen once again. Alexander Albon's behind. Verstappen trying to fancy around the outside, but no, here it comes again around the outside. No, he's going to stick down the inside, but no voice is going to be heard from his engineer as he's trying to focus his way to the front. He's trying to just find a way to get by Hamilton, but no, looks like he's just going to stay behind Hamilton as they hit down pit road. But maybe that Verstappen can find a way to get past Hamilton, probably when they put on the pit stop. So here we go. Let's see where Hamilton's going to go. Is he going to dive down to the pits or he's going to stay out? He's diving down pit road as well as Max Verstappen. So Hamilton and Verstappen both pit. Alexander Albon stays out. He's going to take the lead. Leclerc gets by Giovinazzi. So where is that going to put? Albon takes the lead of the race. So Hamilton puts on soft as well as Verstappen. Ocon is pit too. So that's going to put everyone down. Leclerc is going to be in second place. Leclerc is second. Oh my goodness. So Charles Leclerc should be second. Here he comes. Yes, he does. Charles Leclerc takes second place for Ferrari. With only 2 laps to go. Oh my goodness. Is Charles Leclerc is going to win this race probably. But here comes Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Verstappen comes behind Perez. Oh my goodness, no. That's a horrible release for Red Bull. As now Sergio Perez is now in. But here comes Verstappen around the outside of Sergio Perez. He does get by him quickly and fast. He does not want to stay behind that racing point. Kvyat has moved to the 7th. Kevin Magnussen is now in 8th place. My goodness, the Haas team and the AlphaTauri have made a good strategy call. My goodness, this race is insane for the last lap of the race. Here comes Charles Leclerc for 2nd place. Hamilton's in 3rd. Verstappen's in 4th. What's going to happen here coming down the straightaway? I think Hamilton may overtake Charles Leclerc. Let's see what happens here as they head down the straightaway. We have 2 laps to go now. Albon is still ahead on intermediate tires. But here comes Hamilton down the inside of Charles Leclerc, and he takes 2nd place away from Charles Leclerc. Kind of like Charles Leclerc still holding a podium against Max Verstappen. Verstappen trying to find a way to get by. He's going to go down the inside of Charles Leclerc. They're wheel to wheel. Who's going to come out front? Max Verstappen. It's Verstappen he does. My goodness. Alexander Albon still intermediate tires. Here comes Hamilton and Verstappen and Leclerc. All of them fighting for the first spot. It seems like those intermediate tires are definitely not worth the risk. As look how slow he is. Verstappen around the outside goes Verstappen, and he takes the lead away. And Hamilton's stuck behind Albon. He's going to go around the outside of Albon. He takes the spot, but no, Hamilton just got a big disadvantage now on Max Verstappen, and Verstappen got by him definitely very easy. Charles Leclerc is stuck behind Albon. He can't get by him. Here comes Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz. Sergio Perez, he's going to go down the inside. He's going to have DRS. I don't think Charles Leclerc is going to have DRS. No, he doesn't. Sergio Perez. Here comes Perez around the outside. Who didn't even finish the race. Here comes Albon 3 wide. Oh my goodness, but Perez takes 3rd. One in the same battle. Sainz gets by for P5. Albon now for P6. But the main battle we should be focusing is for the lead between Hamilton. Oh, Verstappen gets on the grass a little bit. Doesn't make him lose grip anymore. Here comes Max. Yeah. It's Hamilton versus. There's 3 wide behind us, but we don't matter about that. This is the main battle we want to watch. It's Hamilton versus Verstappen. Hamilton's gaining a little bit on Verstappen. Verstappen's going to run a little bit wide. That seems like the preferred line. Because look at the grip that Verstappen's going to get out of this corner. Is he going to run wide a little bit? No, he isn't. Yes, he is. But no, Hamilton's going to stick there. So they're going to be going down to the last corner now. Verstappen's still ahead of Hamilton. Oh my goodness. Hamilton's going to have DRS. Hamilton's going to have DRS in the line. Here they come to the line! Hamilton's got DRS! Here they come to the line! Here goes Hamilton! Is it going to be Hamilton? Is it Verstappen? It's Max Verstappen who wins the Brazilian Grand Prix! Oh my goodness, what a finish! Perez third, Leclerc fourth, Sainz is fifth, Kvyat sixth, Ocon seventh, and Albon is eighth. What a race here in Brazil!
Magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Interesting choice today, I think. There's a few to pick from, but I think I have to give it to Danny Kvyat. He put in a rock-solid performance today, one that he can be proud of.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.